Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're decoding something that is going to completely transform how you understand your furry best friend. We're looking at the 6 specific acts of love your cat is secretly hoping to get from you. We're going to break down the actual science and feline behavior to discover what cats really want. And I promise you, it is vastly different from what we humans usually assume. So, here's the powerful question for you. Did you know your cat is basically constantly asking for love? The thing is, most owners completely miss these quiet, subtle signals. And the downside? Missing these signals means you're slowly losing that deep bond you're trying so hard to build. You might think you're giving them absolutely everything, but they're just communicating on a frequency we aren't naturally tuned into. Just think about the difference in how we express affection. Human love? Well, it's all about spontaneity, right? Holding our loved ones close, giving big, tight hugs. But cat love? It's like this secret, highly nuanced language. And by the end of this explainer, we're going to build up to this beautiful full circle moment where everything you thought you knew about your cat's affection is just going to get completely flipped upside down.
All right, let's start with act number 1, the hidden foundation of love.
What if I told you that the absolute most powerful act of love your cat receives is actually, well, the most boring? Yeah, there are no cute viral video moments here. It all comes down to cortisol, which is the stress hormone triggered in cats by unpredictable environments. There was this fascinating 2019 study in the journal Applied Animal Behavior Science, and this perfectly illustrates how cats exposed to unpredictability showed significantly higher stress levels. See, while we humans absolutely love spontaneity, a surprise actually totally stresses your cat out. So, what does predictability actually look like in practice? Well, it's the exact same food time, fresh water in the exact same spot, a pristine litter box, and you walking through the front door at a consistent time every day. Try to reframe how you look at these things. They really aren't just household chores. This routine, it's literally your cat's entire emotional foundation. When this is solid, your cat doesn't just feel safe, they are finally, genuinely able to let their guard down. Moving on to act number 2, the ultimate test of respect. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it addresses a super relatable moment. Have you ever pulled your cat in for a nice, cozy cuddle and they just turn around and walk away? What we humans naturally feel in that moment is total rejection. But what do cats feel? It's a test of their autonomy. You see, cats are one of the very few domesticated animals that never, ever lost their need for independence. Dogs, they were bred to follow us, but cats basically chose to stay. So when they walk away from you, they're really asking, do you respect me enough to just let me go?
And here is the hard truth. Chasing a cat means they lose control. And honestly, most owners fail this test completely. They pick the cat back up, pull them closer, or literally chase them into the next room. But every single time you do that, you're teaching them that being near you means losing their freedom. Just letting them walk away without a single reaction? That isn't creating distance. It's actually exactly how you earn a cat that will eventually follow you everywhere.
Okay, act number 3, hacking their nervous system.
This one involves a habit you probably already do, even if you feel a little bit silly admitting it. I'm talking about using that very specific, high-pitched baby voice when you're all alone with your cat. Well, if you narrate your day to them like this, you're actually backed by hard science. A 2022 study from the University of Paris Nanterre found that cats can easily distinguish their owner's voice from a total stranger's. But the part that changes the game entirely is exactly how they responded. And this brilliantly illustrates what they found. When owners spoke in just a normal, everyday adult tone, the cats barely even reacted. But when they switched to that soft, high-pitched tone, boom. Ears move, eyes soften, and their whole body just visibly relaxes. By using that gentle, warm voice, you're actually actively regulating your cat's nervous system. You're creating this invisible layer of safety that literally no expensive treat or fancy toy could ever replicate.
Moving right along to Act 4, Awakening the Inner Hunter.
So I kind of want to challenge you on how you actually play with your cat. Because there is a massive difference between lazily tossing a toy across the room while you're scrolling on your phone and actually fulfilling a deep biological need. As the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery points out, insufficient play stimulation leads to significantly higher rates of behavioral problems and stress illness. Hunting isn't just some quirky little personality trait. It is hardwired biology. Without a real simulated hunt, cats can actually develop true anxiety and even depression.
A real hunt for a cat follows 3 exact steps: stalk, chase, and catch.
You really have to move that toy like it's actually alive out there in the wild. And please, not just a laser pointer that they can literally never catch. You gotta let them lock eyes, stalk it, burst into a full chase, and then finally secure their prey. Completing this exact sequence, it's a ritual. It tells your cat's brain, hey, I am still exactly who I am supposed to be. And when you provide that for them, they really start to see you as someone who truly gets them.
Act number 5, the need for altitude.
Have you ever wondered why your cat absolutely insists on jumping on top of the fridge or squeezing themselves onto the very highest shelf in your closet? I promise it's not just to knock all your stuff over. For a cat, height equals safety and control. It's this ancient survival instinct to spot threats way before they arrive. The Journal of Veterinary Behavior actually found that cats with access to vertical space showed significantly lower stress. Without it, an indoor cat basically lives with this constant low-level, hidden anxiety that you'll probably never even notice on the surface.
But hey, the good news is you really don't need to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on some elaborate ceiling-high cat tree. Honestly, a cleared-off shelf near a sunny window, a tall bookcase that they're allowed to claim as their own, or just a really simple wall-mounted perch works perfectly. Providing these straightforward, elevated spaces gives your cat their first true moment of peace and control all day long.
And finally, we've reached Act 6, the final circle of trust.
So, the crucial point is, this brings us right to the climax of our relationship with our cats. We're talking about those moments when you're completely trapped on the couch because your cat just fell asleep on your lap, and even though your leg is totally 100% numb, you just refuse to move, right? Well, sleep is when an animal is at their absolute most vulnerable. They have zero awareness and zero ability to escape. In the wild, a cat would never, ever fall asleep next to something unless they believed with every fiber of their being that absolutely nothing bad would happen to them.
So when your cat chooses your lap to drift off on, they are basically telling you something they could never actually say out loud. You are the safest place I know. That completely numb leg you're putting up with right now, that right there is the ultimate emotional payoff for all the quiet, consistent routine, the respect, and the play you've been providing.
Let's move to and see how this builds. The picture becomes super clear. A consistent, daily routine drops their cortisol levels. Respecting their autonomy when they walk away builds their confidence. Your soft, high-pitched voice regulates their nervous system. Real, engaging play satisfies those deep-seated hunting instincts, and having vertical space gives them a sense of total control. All of these seemingly invisible little acts come completely full circle into the ultimate level of trust the moment they finally drift off to sleep on your lap.
So I really want to leave you with this final thought. When you look at your cat tonight, what are you going to see? Armed with all this science, you aren't just looking at a pet anymore, for sure. You're looking at a master communicator who is just waiting for you to finally learn their language. Every single little interaction is a brand new opportunity. Thanks so much for diving into this explainer with me, and hey, happy bonding.